Hello everyone. In this video, hello everyone. In this video, I will be attempting and try to solve the problem one pizza from the Google HashCode practice round. There is only a single problem in this round, and in this problem, I will try to write some kind of a code so that I get some points for this problem. So let's start and open the problem now, and I think these A, B, C, D, E are all the different types of test cases for this single problem. So let's start now. I think OBS is recording. Yes. Source code to generate the submission, choose file. Okay, got it. So we have to put our source code here, and then we have to put the output 6, upload the submission file for data sets. First you need to download the input data from the input data section in the statement, then use your program to generate the corresponding submission files, that is the output files, and upload one or more of them below. Okay, so initially I will have to write my source code here, and then I will have to download each one of the sample test cases, or not sample, each one of these given test cases, and then run them for my input, run these sample input test cases on my program locally, and then output the corresponding files here, and then and then how my code performs, I will get some result. So let's start now. I think I should okay. So the name of the problem is one pizza problem. One pizza is all you need. You are opening a small pizzeria. In fact, your pizzeria is so small that you decided to offer only one type of pizza. Cool. Now you need to decide what ingredients to include: peppers, tomatoes, or both. Okay, so I need to decide what ingredients should I include in my pizza. Everyone has their own pizza preferences. Each of your potential clients has some ingredients they like, and maybe some ingredients they dislike. Okay, so some ingredients they like and some they dislike. Each client will come to your pizzeria if both conditions are true. All the ingredients they like are on the pizza, and none of the ingredients they dislike are on the pizza. Each client is okay with additional ingredients they neither like nor dislike being present on the pizza. Your task is to choose which ingredients to put on your only pizza type to maximize the number of clients that will visit your pizzeria. Okay, got it. The first line contains one integer c, the number of potential candidates, and c can be up till 1 if 5. The following 2 into c lines describe the client's preferences in the following format. First line contains one integer l, followed by l names of ingredients a client likes, delimited by spaces. Second line contains integer d less than to 5, followed by, okay, so l is for likes and d is for dislike. Names of ingredients a client dislikes, delimited by spaces. Each ingredient name consists of between 1 and 15 ASCII characters. Each character is one of lowercase letters a to z or d8 0 to 9. Okay, got it. Like for example, L names of ingredients. Each ingredient consists of 1 to 15 ASCII characters. Each character is one of lowercase letters or d8 0 to 9. Okay, so for example, there is a sample input here. 3 is the number of my potential clients. Okay, and the submission should consist of one line consisting of a single number which is less than equals to n, followed by a list of n ingredients to put on the only pizza available in the pizzeria. The list of ingredients should contain only the ingredients mentioned by at least one client without duplicates. I didn't understand what they mean. So let's try to on the sample input there are 3 potential clients. Yes, there are 3 potential clients. 2 cheese, papers. The first client likes 2 ingredients, cheese and papers, and does not dislike anything. Okay, so he does not dislike anything. The second client likes only basil and dislikes only pineapple. The third client likes only mushrooms and tomatoes and dislikes only basil. Got it? Picture below shows the preferences of the in this particular sample output we choose to use 4 ingredients in our pizza. So firstly I have to write 4, and after 4 I have to print 4 ingredients, and this so that it maximizes the number of my potential clients who are happy. The first client likes the pizza because it both contains cheese and peppers, which they like. The second client does not like the pizza, it does not contain basil, which they like. Okay. And the third client likes the pizza because it contains mushrooms and tomatoes, which they like, and does not contain basil, which they dislike, which they do not like. Okay, so it contains mushrooms and tomatoes and does not contain basil. This means a summation of this output would score 2 points for this case, because 2 clients, the first and third ones, would like this piece. Got it. So the problem seems that the problem is easy to understand, not a long statement. 33 days remaining. Okay, and now so let's first try to take the input only, then we will decide some logic for our problem. Recently I have updated my Sublime text, so it's pretty amazing now. The number of potential clients. Okay, then for each client I'll have to make a vector of string like of n, comma dislike of n. For ln I equals to 0, I less than comma plus plus. Okay, vector of this should be like of I should be a, for each client there should be a vector of string. There should be vector of string like of n, dislike of n, llk, ln count, same count, while count minus string now, same now, and here like of I dot pushback now. And again I have to take the same input for the dislike part, while count minus string now dislike of I dot pushback now. Cool. Finally my output will be a vector of string only output, and initially I have to print the size of my output, following which I have to print the ingredients in my output. I can take the and just check if my input and output are working fine or not. 0. Cool. Just print the for auto and x in like for auto and x in v cout x. Firstly, I'll just check if I am able to take the correct input or not. The same for the dislike part. Dislike cheese, peppers. Cheese, peppers, basil, mushrooms and tomatoes. This is 0. Pineapple, and this is basil. Cool, got it. It's okay. So now we can think about some kind of logic for this problem. So if we try to think like a brute force type technique, what we can do is that so initially a brute force solution will be to iterate over all the possible masks of the clients. There will be 2 raised to the power n possible masks of clients, okay, and for each of them, if the particular client and for a particular mask, let's say my mask will be something like this, 101101. So and the number of bits in this will be n. So if the 0th bit is 1, which means that my first client should be satisfied, and if it is 0, this means that the first client doesn't need to be satisfied, like this. And for them I will create my pizza. Okay, so like this. Okay, so initially what I can do is that for all the items which are not disliked by anyone, I can just include them in my pizza. This would be a greedy solution, not coming to the mask part. Like for this, in this example, cheese is only liked by someone, not disliked by anyone, so I can just include cheese. And peppers is also liked by someone and not disliked by anyone, so I can just include cheese and peppers in my output. Cool. Now comes to the pineapple part. Pineapple is not liked by anyone, so I will just not include pineapple in my output. Cool. So these 2 things I should include, these things I should not include. Now comes the basil. Basil is liked by okay, and also mushrooms and tomatoes are only liked by someone, not disliked by anyone, so I can just include them. Now after all these things, what I will be left with is some items which are liked by someone and disliked by other one. So let's first come up till this point. We can just keep a map of string and bool, and this should be liked and disliked. For auto and v in like, liked. Okay, so instead of this I can just maintain a set of the liked elements, set of string liked and disliked. Liked dot insert, okay, for auto and x in v liked dot insert x, and also for auto and x in dislike, for auto and v in dislike, it should be auto and x in v disliked dot insert x. Cool. Now let's declare my output here. this should be in the final part. So let's now comment it for now. For auto and v in like, which item should I include? If liked, if disliked dot find and x in v, if disliked dot find x equals to disliked dot end, then output dot insert output dot pushback x. Yep, so this item is only liked by someone and not disliked by anyone. So I just include these items, and okay, I think I don't need this part. I need only the dislike part. So if some items is not disliked by anyone, I will just include it. Cool. And then what I can do is that output dot pushback x. Okay, now there will be, so in this case, like cheese and peppers will already be included in my output, and also mushrooms and tomatoes will also be included in my output. So let's just remove these things. Let's make it 0. Now comes basil and pineapple. Since pineapple is not liked by anyone, I will also just exclude this, and these two items are also not disliked by anyone, so I will also disclose this. Now there is basil and so now there is basil which is liked by someone but disliked by by some other guys. So I'll have to just decide whether I should include basil or not. So let's just try to run this input only and see how many points we get. This is a very basic and wrong solution, but let's see if we could get some points here or not, because in HashCode the test cases matter actually. Control C. Shit. Okay, so I have to run the full input zipped format. Okay, so let's download the full input in zipped format, and then we can extract it from here. Goes Control C, Control V, Control B. So I have to make a lot of files. So let's get new file here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so output.txt, just delete this file for Control Z. I need output.txt file, open file, because my input and output goes there only. Output.txt. Cool. So for this input, this should be for A only. Yeah, Control I, Control C, file, save as a.cpp. Okay, A output.txt, output.txt. Good. Control V. Next, another file should be there. Let's name it as file, save as B. I think I should use the command prompt to make these things faster, but I'm not now that much familiar with the command prompt, so let's not so deep into that in a live stream. Untitled, what are the other files? Yes, B. For B. For B, let's download it. Okay, so this is the sample for B. Control A, Control V, Control V, Control Z, Control B. Output. So this is my output here. Bavi, Lanchi, I think. Okay, so my output should be. So my output is containing same items multiple number of times. So what I should do? I should just make it a set actually. Set of string output. Insert X. Cool. Maybe it is right, maybe it is wrong, I don't know. Control S. Let's just save this. Let's name it as c output.txt. Let's copy the Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V, Control B. Control C, Control V, file. Just say Control S. C output.txt, D output.txt. Control C, Control V, Control Z. Just rectify first, name it as D output.txt. Control V, Control S. Now comes the final part. This should be named as E output.txt. E output.txt. For this, what I need is the last input. Control C, Control V, Control V. So 286 ingredients are there in one. Control S, cancel. Okay. So now I should just okay, choose file. To choose my file here from the documents, go to master file, and then use that the a.cpp file. Yep. a.cpp, right? Yep, a.cpp file, and then the choose file a output.txt, cool. B basic, B output.txt, C basic, C output.txt, D basic, D output.txt, E basic, E output.txt. Let's submitting the file and let's see how many could we get, how many points could we get in this submission. Okay, so we got some pending judgment. So we got 412 points here. Okay, you got 1420 points here, only 5 points here, only 1 points here, and only 2 points here. So for the test cases D and E we got great points. Okay, so let's now try to improve our solution a little bit. Okay, so now what I can do is that I have not I have just included those items which are not disliked by anyone, and yes, I have just included those items that are not disliked by anyone, and if they are liked by someone, I have just included them. Okay, now what I will do is that proto and in like proto and x in v. Now what I can think about some logic is that, so now there will be only left some items which are liked by a particular person and disliked by some other person. Cool. Yep, which are liked by some person but disliked by some other person. Yep, and the items which are liked by a particular person. Okay, so there will be some items which are liked by a particular person but disliked by some other person. Yep, and the vice versa. So can you think about a graph type thing or something like that? Let's go about it. Firstly, let's try to remove all of these unnecessary things, like the items which are not present. Yep, just a second. Control C, Control V. They should be like. Okay, roto and v in life, roto and x in v. So just I will make a map of string used, map of string comma bool used. That is, this particular item has already been considered. If output dot find x equal to and not equal to output dot end used of x equal to 1. Now for auto, okay, there should be dislike dot find x not equal to dislike dot end. Yes, like dislike dot end, then it must be the same thing. Control V. If dislike dot find, what is dislike actually? Disliked. Okay, dislike dot find not equal to dislike dot end, and here they should for auto and be in dislike, dislike dot find. And next one, if liked dot find x equals to liked dot end. Yep, so this particular item is not liked by anyone, so there is no need of including this item. Used of x should equal to 1. Okay, now I have been left with only those ingredients which are liked by someone but disliked by at least one, which are liked by at least one, liked by at least one, and disliked by. So now what I can do is that for each item that has not been used up till now, we can keep a count of the number of people who likes this item and number of people who dislikes this item, and greedily choose those items if the like count will be greater than the dislike count. But there is a fault here because we have actually included some items in our list to satisfy some of the things. No, I think there is no fault there, because these items are only liked by someone but not disliked by anyone, so these are already okay. Now for a particular ingredient, that particular ingredient will be liked by someone and disliked by someone else. Yep. Okay, yes, the fault is that, like for example in this case, how can I explain? The fault will be that let's say for example there are 4 items which are liked by someone, but still and 3 of them have already been used, that is no one dislikes them, okay, but only one people dislike it, okay, but only one people but only one people dislike it. So if I would not include that item, then the 3 ingredients that I have already included in my output string, output answer, those will be of no use. I think let's say for example that there are 1 2 3, that these 3 items are being used by these 3 items are not disliked by anyone and liked by, let's say, me, okay, but there is a 4th item which is disliked by, let's say, another person, let's say my sister. So and let's say that 4 is also disliked by my sister and also by my mother. So since 4 is liked by only one person but disliked by the other 2%, I will not include 4 in my answer. But then including these items 1 2 3 which I have already included would have been of no use for me. So that's the case, but let's greedily try to do it for now. Let's do it now greedily. So now what I will do greedily is that for auto and x in like, okay, so map of string comma ll like count and dislike count for auto and x in v if not of used x like count of x plus plus, and the similar code should be copied for the dislike count. Control V, there should be dislike if this should be not of used of x, not of used of x, dislike count plus plus, and now for auto and x in like, for auto and x in v, if not of used x, if like count of x greater than equals to dislike count of x, output dot insert x. Yep. So this is another thing which I can do actually. If not of used of x, why is this wrong? Like count of x, okay, dislike count, mistake here. So again run all the test cases. Have I, so I have a, control v, shit, control c, control v, control b. Okay, so what I can do is that I can just print those outputs like this. Then just do it like this: output.txt. What is my output.txt file? Output.txt. Open. Let's choose file. Output.txt. Open. This is the correct file according to me. And here choose file a.cpp. Cool. Now let's run it for b. Control a, Control v, Control b. Those are giving some results. So let's copy this and paste it here. Output.txt. Let's follow the problem. See, it's a very bad. Control C, Control B. Output.txt. For a D, I think I've forgotten D actually. Is D and E Pro. Input data, okay. D, close D, Control C. Let's just minimize this thing for now. Control V, Control B. D, choose this file output.txt. And finally for the file E, A, B, C, D, E. Control C. Control V. Output.txt. What's the Google system file? So this was my initial sharp submission. Pending judgment. Okay, so I've got the output for these things, right? It is happening. I'm not able to understand what just happened here. My submissions for E has only been counted. Okay, so for the problem B, let's see how can we include our score for problem A or problem B. Problem A, download output. Okay, no, not the output file, the input file. For problem A, the input file is this thing. Control A, Control C, Control V, and our output is giving like this. Okay, so cheese, mushrooms. Cheese is cool, mushrooms is cool, peppers is cool, tomatoes is also cool. Cheese, peppers, so person 1 like this, and mushrooms, tomatoes, so person 2 like this, person 3 also. This is okay. We cannot make any further improvements here. For the problem B, let's see what is there. Problem B here, the output is okay. So there are no dislike things, so I think I could just include all of them. A, B, A cube, B, D, A cube, okay, A cube, BY, D last, and cell, weak jack, and execute. Okay, cool. So for problem B also we cannot improve our result. For problem C, I think we can improve our result a little bit. For problem C, our output is just 4 items: A cube, BY, okay, A cube. Xtodop is disliked by exodop and use FO and BYY on HP. Okay, so what items I've just included? I have included delust, lancel. Okay, so this is bad. We could have included more items there actually. So delust, lancel. So this item is not also satisfied. This item is also not been satisfied. This item only this. The third item is satisfied. And the fourth item is also not been satisfied, and the fourth item is also not been satisfied. Fourth item. Okay, so I can just for C I can just do something like this, run a brute force over the masks part and just try to like this for only the test case C. For ln mask equal to 0, mask equal to 0, mask less than 1 ll slash 1 ll, so it has less than mask plus J has defined ll long. Okay, cool. 1 ll slash n for mask plus so it equals to 0, weight less than 1, weight plus. Okay, so the number of items is much less. Okay, if mask and ll slash weight. Okay, set of string liked and disliked. Pushback, liked dot pushback. Okay, liked dot insert. What I should insert actually? Liked dot insert. Okay. Next in like of I, liked dot insert x, else for like of b, I should Control C, Control V. In dislike of bit, disliked. Now I can check for index in liked. If x, if disliked dot find x not equal to disliked dot end possible equals to 0, and possible equals to 1, possible equals to 0. If pause, also keep a count of the number of set bits. Set bit plus if plus ln answer equal to 0. Pause if set limit answer equal to set bit and output equal to liked. So the time complexity of the solution will be around of 2 raised to the power n into n log n or into n log n, something like this, which is pretty bad, but for this small test case this should work. Yep. Output mass less than mass plus plus. If mass can set bit plus plus, and like of bit like to insert x, else. Okay. Okay, so I have to just satisfy these items and okay. Okay, I need to satisfy these items. This should be it. Okay. 8, yep, okay, 8 items. Let's just submit this once. Where to submit actually? Choose file. For the test case here I got only 1 point, but with this I think I can get some more points. The C output.txt file should be shown here. Submit attempt. Pending. Let's see how many points we get here. It's pending. Yes, okay, so we got 5 points there, I think, and initially we have got only 2, we have got only 1 point. So for the first test case A, we could get only maximum 2 points only, because that was my correct output and this is also correct. And for the, okay, so let's submit it for both A, B, and C candidates so that we can guarantee that this is my okay solution. Let's submit this for both A, B, and C. Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V, Control V. 3. Okay, so it's receiving 3 only, so this is not good actually. Basil, cheese, peppers. Okay, so what is wrong here? Basil, cheese, peppers. Okay, basil, cheese, peppers. Okay, this is also good, because with these 2 items will be satisfied. Cool, not bad. And also with B, let's check here. Use file output.txt. For A, output B. For B also. C, Control A, Control V, Control B. 6. Why is it 6, bro? QB last and seal. Yep. Let's submit this also. Output.txt. B as it will submit 2 attempts. For B, pending judgment. So for A, we can maximum get 2 points, because that was the only correct answer. So for A, we cannot get further more points. For B also, we cannot get further more points. For C also, it's done. Now for the test cases D and E. What is the size of the test case in D? Okay, 9368, not huge. So our code will fail. I will not be able to generate any output for this, because 2 raised to the power n will be huge. And for E, what is the number of these things? in E 4986. So for D and E I cannot use this code, so I have to just delete this now, because this is of no use now. Our initial, we have to think something on the line of our initial greedy solution, like the test cases which I have put here. Source code, let's copy the source code from here, through which we got some points for D. So for D, and E both have the same thing. Basically for both of them I will use the same logic. So what I have done is that I have kept a string of disliked, and if this particular item is disliked by anyone, then I have just put it in this disliked button, and then I have to put an output here. Okay, so not this, the other one in which I have used the used function should be much more helpful for me. This one, I think. This one, download source code. Now I've been left with only those ingredients which are liked by at least one and disliked by at least one. How? Because I've used of x equal to 1. Okay, and I think I've done a bad thing here. I'll also have equal to push those items. Yes. So I have dislike dot insert x, and if this particular item is not disliked by anyone, then I have just inserted it in my output. And now what I have done is the disliked of find x equal to disliked of n used of x equal to 1. Okay, so here what I have done is that if this particular item is not disliked by anyone, I have just included and just marked used of x equal to 1. And if like dot find x, like, okay, so there is a mistake here. Like dot insert x, just like this. Dislike dot insert x, and if this particular item is not liked by anyone, then I will just do disliked of x equal to 1. Then I have just, if not used of x, then I will just do like count plus plus, and then I will just do dislike count plus plus, and if the like count is greater than or equal to the dislike count, then I will just put the output. Let's check it for a D and E. Play Ctrl C, Ctrl A, Ctrl V. 354 ingredients are in here. Initially I think that there are only 100, so let's check this. Choose file a.cpp, and for a D I have to print the output. Output.txt file. Submit this attempt. For D we have initially got 1420 points. Let's see how many points we get here. Okay, 1708. Little bit of improvement, and let's submit this for E also. And then we can think about something else. output.txt. We submit that and see if we can get something better here. Initially we have got 412 points. Okay, shit, I submitted the wrong output there. Shit. Control C. I submitted the wrong output because of not. Okay. So I think it should be something better this time. Choose file a.cpp, and for E just choose this file output.txt. Submit my attempt. So for A, B, C we could not get anything better. We cannot get much anything better score than what we have got. For D we have now got 1708 points, and for E we have also got 1004 points, which is much better compared to the previous E, which was 412 and 1420. Okay. So now we can think about something better solution. Is my OBS recording? Yes. So what else we can do is that, what else can I think about? Dislike count. If dislike dot find x equal to dislike dot end. Use of x equal to 1. Now which item should I include in my item actually? So I think that's it. I cannot think of a better solution right now, so I should stop my recording here. Thanks for watching this video, and otherwise also the length of this video will be greater than 1 hour, so we'll just stop here now. So thanks for watching my video. Hope to see you in 2 days Code Forces round, Div 2 round, which is at 8 PM. So goodbye everyone, have a nice day.